So I admit that the title is a little clickbaity, but it is technically true. You can get a decent filling meal in Costa Rica in a restaurant for a little more than $1, one greenback. And as always, there's a story. So my buddy Jose Pablo and I were hanging out at his house in Barva. That's him. He's a pillar of the community in Barva de Heredia. It's on the northwest side of the Central Valley. And that's me. I'm pure gringo, green eyes, easily sunburned. I'm pretty much a walking stereotype. So we were hanging out at his house when we decided some Caribbean-style shenanigans, or in order, if you know what I mean. So we packed up his car and hit the road for the 216-kilometer, or roughly 135-mile road trip to Puerto Viejo, Costa Rica, which is like the funkiest, coolest, greenest beach town that exists in the haze of my memory and existence. I seriously love this place. So halfway through the 4-hour road trip, we stopped for lunch at a restaurant called Soda Restaurante El Primo. And I want you to remember this word soda, S-O-D-A, because it doesn't refer to a drink. But right now, you might be doing the math in your head and you're thinking, Jones, you're an idiot. It doesn't take 4 hours to drive 135 miles. That would work out to an average speed of, something like 33 miles per hour. So yeah, pura vida. Anyway, we were at Soda Restaurante El Primo halfway to the Caribbean when a strong desire to eat some filling food was gripping us both. So Jose Pablo had been coming to this place for like more than 20 years, and it's a great place to eat. But from the outside, I got to tell you, it doesn't look like much. And frankly, on the inside, it's not different. I think a marketing person would probably best describe it as rustic. Right down to the open well of live fish right in the middle. Seriously, there's a pool of fish just hanging around in the middle of the restaurant. Anyway, Jose Pablo recommended something to me called an empanada arreglada, which is this pork-filled pastry, really delicious. It's got finely shredded cabbage and a little mayo and ketchup on the side. We also added a little bit of this spicy business, which is just sitting on the table. And we need to talk about this for a second, because if you go to Costa Rica, you find yourself in one of these restaurants, and you see this thing on the table, you need to know. Remember back in high school biology class, we learned that sometimes, especially like in the jungle, animals like tree frogs sometimes will be brightly colored, and that bright color serves as a warning to potential predators. That bright color tells potential predators, if you eat me, you are gonna have a really bad time. Pretty much the same with this stuff. It's called chili panameño in Costa Rica, or literally translated a Panamanian chili. In English-speaking countries, it's called a Scotch bonnet. So these chilies register somewhere between 80,000 and 400,000 Scoville units, which is about 500 times spicier than a jalapeno. So obviously we each ordered a bottle of Coke to go with our food. Anyway, after I shoved this tasty pork pastry down my gullet, we went to pay the bill, and I was shocked when I saw the total cost. It was a measly 4,650 colones, including the standard 13% tax and the mandatory 10% tip for service. If you've never been to Costa Rica, you need to know this now. It's important. In restaurants, the tip for service is automatically included in the bill. It's mandatory, and it's 10%. So anyway, I looked at the total bill for two of us. It worked out to right around $7.98 for both of us. And I was shocked, I tell you, because that's really inexpensive. So I took a closer look at the menu, paying attention to the prices, and learned that each of these empanadas arregladas was only about 1,300 colones, or about $2.23 a piece. If you take out the cabbage and just have a regular empanada, it's only like 800 colones, which is $1.37 or so, depending on what the exchange rate is at the time. But it gets even better, even less expensive. Moving further down the menu, you'll notice something called a gallo de chorizo and a gallo de salchichon. They both cost only 600 colones, which is just a little bit more than $1. So by the way, a gallo in Costa Rica is a big corn tortilla filled with meat or vegetables. In this case, our $1 gallos are filled with chorizo, kind of a spicy sausage, or a more traditional sausage. And at $1, I'm telling you, that is a great value. So this is the secret to eating out cheaply in Costa Rica. Look for a kind of business called a soda, S-O-D-A, just like what you might call a soft drink. But a soda in Costa Rica is a mom and pop style restaurant that serves basic local food, or comida típica is how they say it in Spanish in Costa Rica. These sodas are all over the country, and some of them are pretty special and some are really good. Like this one right here cracks me up. It's in downtown Heredia. It's a car wash plus a restaurant. So you can get them to clean the road dirt off your car while you eat your delicious food. So pura vida. Hey, have you had a cheaper restaurant meal somewhere in the world? Add it to the comments below. If you want more helpful information about Costa Rica, hit the subscribe button. You can always visit us on our website at costaricatravel.tips. Until next time, I'm Chifrijo Jones. Pura vida mai.